Hi, welcome to the channel and welcome to this reading where we are looking at the corridor of light in between the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse of February and March. So, what do you need to release and what new beginning is awaiting you? I've already chosen the cards. I am going to get some runes as well. But pile 1, you have card 37, Blessings. Pile 2, you have card 40, Reward. And pile 3, you have card 43 with Alchemy. Let's get you some runes then. So pile 1, you have the Scythe. Pile 2, you have the Moon. In fact, does it go that way? It's hard to know. Let's put it that way. And pile 3, you have the Rings. Okay, so take as long as you need to tune in and see which one of the piles and runes you feel most drawn to. I'll leave the camera running for a short while, and when you've decided, I'll see you in your readings. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So, you have a major transformation coming. The Scythe rune is an absolute completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And this new one promises so much. I mean, you have the card of Blessings. And we've got Taurus here, which is really advising you to take things slowly, check things over, pay attention to the details. And funnily enough, the card actually means that blessings are coming in fast. So I think there's going to be some really exciting energy, but you really are being advised to just take things slow. And with this Scythe rune as well, I mean, there's a harvest. It's the rune of harvest. So I want to get a few cards before we look at your tarot. You have Earth. Interesting. So Taurus is an earth sign. And I'm just going to get a couple of tarot cards, and I'm just going to take one from each deck. You've got the Devil, okay, and just one from the Crow Tarot, that one, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow. So definitely lots of reward and abundance coming in. Right, so let's just move these. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles is a card of financial freedom. It's an indication of stability and tranquility. Now, what's interesting about this Blessings card is although the blessings are quite possibly coming in very quickly, they're not here just yet. There's something you need to do to guarantee their arrival. And I'm thinking that that's what this Devil card is here. This is the something that you need to eliminate in order to gain the abundance, the blessings. And it feels like you need to liberate yourself from something. A situation, a person, a behaviour, a way of thinking, something that's been holding you back. And this Earth card almost feels like the advice on how you're going to do that. Because this is a card of appreciation. It's a card of not worrying about what you do and what you don't have. It's a card that's asking you to be grateful, to practice gratitude, humility, and integrity. So whatever negative thoughts or feelings may occur during this corridor of light, be sure to ground yourself and just appreciate what you have, to be grateful for everything that's got you to where you are and given you this opportunity for mega blessings and abundance. Okay, so pile 1, let's get you some tarot. Okay, so let's get 4 of these. And there has been some pretty heavy energies after the solar eclipse in Aquarius. I know I've certainly been feeling them. Okay, right, so you have the 5 of Pentacles. So that's a feeling of being left out, of not being seen. And this is quite possibly the energy that could hold you back. It could demotivate you from moving forward. You've got the 2 of Pentacles. It's a need to keep things balanced, not to overdo it. Actually, the Blessings card is also about potential burnout. So you've got to be really careful of that. Then with the 9 of Wands as well. Another card of burnout, potential burnout, having far too much to do, but you are being told that you're almost there, and you have the Hangman. And that's a card of, well, it can be a card of feeling stuck. So it actually feels, pile 1, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve or to push forward, it feels as if it's been a lot of work for no reward, for a period of time that you potentially feel a bit stuck here. And you might even be feeling as if it's not going to work out, and maybe that, well, maybe you shouldn't bother because it feels like it's a lot of effort. But I'm telling you, your cards are indicating that you're on the verge of a breakthrough, really, of a big change with this Scythe rune, because this is an ending of a cycle, and I think this is the cycle that is ending. Although really I recommend you keep things in balance, don't overdo it, and that's not always easy, but there is a feeling of you going round and round and possibly feeling like you're not really getting anywhere. And of course the Hangman as well could be a need to change your perspective. I think that you're doing far better than you realise. And I'm not entirely sure you see this coming. Okay. So let's get 4 more cards. And then we got them there. Bottom of the deck, the Devil again. Okay, right. You have the 5 of Wands, the King of Wands, the 9 of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. With this 5 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles, I see this as irritating things getting in the way. Just things not running smoothly. Delays, distractions, obstacles, small obstacles, and possibly lots of them. And it's making you feel as if things aren't supposed to work out. And not just that, the 5 of Wands can also indicate a lot of competition. You know, there could be other people in this situation, you know, and it's out of your control. Now, because you've got the 9 of Pentacles, lots of earth energy, and the 3, very well connected to career, to employment, to your own business. It definitely feels like something connected to finances. And this 5 of Pentacles is a feeling of not being seen, of being on your own. And this 3 of Pentacles is a card of recognition and other people around you. And not just that, you've gone from the 9 of Wands to the 9 of Cups. And I do think this is the new cycle that's opening up. It certainly looks like the stuff that dreams are made of. I mean, you have the wish card, happiness, joy, contentment, dreams coming true. And this King of Wands, the charisma, the energy, the vision. It did come out upside down. And I think your vision will be returned. It's like I said, I feel that you've been going round in circles, and perhaps this feeling stuck and not getting anywhere, the delays, the obstacles had dampened your spirit, your motivation. And I think that's going to return. Pile 1, I think you have a really unbelievable, exciting time up ahead of you, really unfolding over the next 6 months. But I think what you need to do to enable it to really unfold is temper those feelings of doubt and not being seen and insecurity, really, with this Devil here. And the advice is that you do that by appreciating where you are, what you have, being grateful. Because I think when you do that, your perspective will change and this will move forward in a most spectacular way. Pile 1. Please let me know in the comments how this unfolds for you, because you really are moving in to a blessed cycle. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So you have reward, card number 40, and you have the moon rune. And I'm sensing that you're being asked to feel good about yourself. This is actually associated with the moon leaving Cancer and moving into Leo. And I'm guessing that's why we have this lion on the card. And it's asking you to be courageous and strong and stepping into new, uncharted territories. And you may not be able to really see that at the moment with this moon rune, because it can bring a sense of uncertainty and insecurity with it. But I'm feeling, just from this card and this rune already, that, you know, you have a new era of growth. And I do feel like you have some good times coming, but you might need to step out of your comfort zone without really knowing the outcome. Okay, so we are going to just get a couple of tarot cards. Just one from each of these decks before we actually get into the reading. Right, so let's have a look. Alright, so you have the Council, card 17. You have Milk Para, 5 of Pentacles. And you have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. I'm actually thinking there's a bit of a sense of stalemate here. A bit of feeling left out in the cold. And that's probably because of this uncertainty, not being able to see the way forward. Now, I do think that's going to change because, look, we've almost got a new dawning here in that reward card. And it's really quite astonishing because the Council card is a card that's asking you to step into the unknown, step out and say yes to life without actually knowing the outcome. And it's asking you to use really your intuition and your own wisdom. And of course, the moon rune is also about using your intuition. Now, I actually feel a pathway will light up for you, just like in this reward card. And you know, the 4 of Pentacles is a card of stability, security, but it's a card, I feel, in this reading, it's asking you to live a bit. If you're feeling like things aren't quite working out for you where you are, then you need to do something about it. It feels like you need to take a bit of a calculated risk, an intuitive risk. There does feel to be a feeling of fear with the moon and the 4 of Pentacles. All right, so let's get you some tarot. And we're going to get 4 of these. Oh, look at that. We've got 2. Oh, my goodness. How amazing. And we've got, actually, we're going to take 5 then. Right, so 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. The Sun, the Ace of Wands, my goodness. Amazing cards. And the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Oh, I mean, some of you may be fearing losing money. But the sun being here, it's like the pathway being lit up for you. And the Ace of Wands, an absolute new, exciting beginning. Yeah, I feel there's a big opportunity up ahead with this Ace of Wands. It could be a new home. It could be, I mean, it could even be buying somebody else a new home with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is warm and generous. I think it's connected to your finances. It could be a business. Interestingly enough, in this deck, The Queen of Pentacles is also a card that says not to worry. You're not going to lose your money. And with this Seven of Swords coming out here, maybe you are concerned about something not being quite right. And if that's the case, perhaps you should get more information. I mean, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a period of time to reflect and look over things whilst you wait. So maybe you could spend your time wisely if you are concerned that something underhand is happening, or you might be cheated out of something. Perhaps you could go over details and double check things to make sure everything is as it should be. But I can't help but think the fear is probably bigger than the actual reality. And with the sun here, I mean, best card in the deck, happiness, joy, the pathway being lit up for you. Things in this reading are pointing to you actually going for this. And the Queen of Pentacles, she does what's best for her. So whether there's other people's money involved, I'm not too sure, but this is about what you really want. And I feel like what you've got at the moment isn't quite making you happy. Yeah, I think you're being asked to really trust your instinct, trust your gut even as well with the Ace of Wands. I actually think you know best, and you should actually follow your own intuition, because I think this is going to make you very, very happy. I do feel with the Ace of Wands, it's a card of action, really. I think you're being urged to go for this. And, interestingly enough, you've got the moon, and I was saying about not being able to see the way forward. And yeah, with that sun coming out, I think the pathway is going to be illuminated quite quickly. But you do have to be brave to start the process off. All right, so pile 2, we are going to get you some more tarot to get a bit more information. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And on the bottom of this deck, the Knight of Cups. I think you're being told to follow your heart. Okay, so you have the King of Coins. Oh, wow. You have the Nine of Swords, the Fear, the Magician, wow, and the Two of Wands. This could be shared resources for some of you. I mean, some of you may well be considering going into a business partnership with somebody, or even a marriage, or buying a home with somebody. Either way, the finances are there. So this King of Coins could also be somebody perhaps that's financing this for you. And with him appearing, I'd say the money is definitely there, whether it's shared resources or them financing it. And I think it's another indication that this will be successful. It definitely feels like some sort of investment here. And of course, this Nine of Swords, to me, is confirming, really, your fears. And actually, that they may be unfounded. Now, that's not to say that this doesn't come with some risk, as pretty much most things in life do, really. But because it's the Nine of Swords, I think it's just clarifying that you do have some fears that may be more in your mind than in reality. I mean, obviously, it always pays to be careful, but like I said, with this Seven of Swords coming out, I think that is a need to go over things and check the details, because here with the Two of Wands, you've got the Ace of Wands, you've got the Two of Wands. To me, this is about building a solid plan. You've got the idea, and now you need to really think about how you're going to execute the plan. And it's also a card of taking action. Even if it is only on the drawing board, you need to take steps towards it. So I do think in this period of time that there seems to be of waiting with the Seven of Pentacles, you need to really set out a good plan. It certainly seems like you're being encouraged to make a bold move. And of course the Sun is Leo as well. So this is the confidence, the courage, and I would say the green light, really, because these cards are really pointing towards you taking action. And this Seven of Swords, this could be other people's fears as well, making you think that this could go wrong. Perhaps then the Five of Pentacles is people not believing in your vision that you have, because it does feel like there's a bit of a vision here. There's certainly a big idea, at least. So pile two, I think this opportunity that's either already presenting itself to you or is about to, I think it holds tremendous potential. In fact, I think that's probably what the reward is. I think this is really going to pay off for you, and it's going to bring you much happiness as well with the Sun. So, pile two, please let me know in the comments how this resonates for you, because the next 6 months looks to be very, very exciting and actually taking you down a new pathway to happiness. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading. So you have Alchemy, card number 43, and this really is a card of rebirth, a card of transformation, of digging deep. In fact, it asks you to let go of the superficial and appearances and to really focus on authenticity. One of the key words actually for the card is to get real. Well, it's a bit more than one word, but yeah, to get real about things. And the Rings rune, it's actually a rune of partnerships and collaborations and commitment. So we're going to get a few, well, we're going to get one oracle card, and then we're going to get just one of these tarot from this deck and one from this deck as well, before we actually get into the reading. Okay, so you have the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, and you have the Coyote, card number 12. So it would seem then you've got the Coyote, it's a bit of a trickster energy, and you have the Two of Swords, which is often depicted with a woman with a blindfold. It's almost a reluctance to make a decision or to look at something. A bit of a crossroads, really. Now, for some of you, this could be around relationships and partnerships. But I think with the Seven of Pentacles here, this is a period of reflection that you must endure, really. I think you're actually being asked to look at something really quite deeply here and actually decide whether it's worth your time and your effort. And I think you're being asked to look at your long-term future with this Seven of Pentacles. This is not an overnight thing. So it could be a long-term relationship. Until I get the other cards, I'm not going to entirely know what this is exactly about. But it's something to do with, something definitely to do with your long-term future, with commitment. Potentially romantic relationships, could be some form of business partnership. But you're definitely being asked to, this crossroads to me is deciding between something superficial or something authentic. Because, I hate to say it, pile 3, I'm not entirely sure that you're being given the bigger picture or whether somebody has been 100% honest with you. Somewhere things don't feel quite as they seem. And you're really, really, really being asked to take the blindfold off and look. Right, so I'm trying to work out these cards. This is what I want. I want 4 of these. We've got the 5 of Wands flying out here, landing on the coyote. Okay. So there feels like there's been a few obstacles. You have the Queen of Swords. The 9 of Cups. I'm going to take that one. The 8 of Pentacles. I feel like there's been a little bit of disharmony around you, you know. I actually think you're being asked to focus on yourself with the Queen of Swords coming out. Sometimes the Queen of Swords can represent somebody who chooses to go it alone. And I am wondering if you've been sold a bit of a dream. Do you know, I actually feel this 5 of Wands, there's been some sort of delay, some sort of obstacle, something getting in the way, possibly some disagreements around you. And I think they're there for a reason. I think you're being asked to stop, hold on, wait, have another look at this. Look at this with fresh eyes. And again, that's whether it's a personal relationship, a business relationship. In fact, it could be friends, it could be family. I think you're being asked if this is really what you want, if this is really going to serve you in the future. Because I actually feel, with the 9 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles, I think you've got really, really good stuff up ahead for you. And I'm wondering whether you're being asked to decide if these people, this person, is what you want to take with you into that future. Because there's a feeling here that you may be putting in an awful lot of effort. And I'm wondering if the other people, the other person, is quite what they said, or delivering quite what they said they would. You know, because it does. It actually, I almost feel like you're changing your mind about something. Because even if this isn't a person, it could be a situation that you thought, yeah, this is great, this is what I want. But all of a sudden, you know, it might not be all of a sudden, but you know, the Queen of Swords is all about clarity and seeing things for what they are, you know, seeing the truth of a situation. And it really wouldn't surprise me, pile 3, if you are changing direction, you've reevaluated, and you've decided, no, this isn't what I want anymore. Now, it could be a relationship, and again, it could be a business partnership, but it could be a job, it can be anything. But it's like all of a sudden, you just got this feeling that this isn't quite right, and you're going to look at it really closely, and you're going to gain clarity here. And it's almost as if there's been some sort of delay or obstacle in the way, and it's given you some time to think. I really do feel this is your decision. This is about you being honest with yourself and your situation and what you want in the long term. What are you going to commit to? And the 9 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles, I just feel that you're prepared to commit to and work towards something fully, and you don't mess around. And there's something here that you've decided, no, that's not for me. I actually really feel you're not going to bat an eyelid almost, because once the Queen of Swords makes her mind up, that's it. Yeah, it's like something's happening that you couldn't see before. You're going to delve deeply within, and you're really going to think about this. It looks to be potentially changing your mind. Okay, well, let's get you some more cards. Let's get 4 of these for pile 3. And on the bottom of this deck, you have the Sun. Well, you know what? Look, whatever it is that you decide, you make the right decision. Crystal clear. Okay, you have the World. Well, these delays, these disagreements, these obstacles, they come to an end. Wow, you've got the 10 of Cups here. You're going to be very, very happy. The Fool, potentially a new direction, and the Ace of Coins. Wow. This is unbelievable. Now, I said you were going to make the right decision. You really are making the right decision. And you are going to be very, 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 very happy about it. Now, this could quite simply be leaving a toxic workplace behind with the Coyote. It could be something like training, doing a degree and gaining qualifications for a specific type of career, and then having a complete change of heart and going on a new direction. I mean, for some of you with an Ace of Coins, the Ace of Pentacles, you might be moving. You might be starting your own business. You're committing to something here, and you're committing to something that dreams are made of. And you're 100% prepared to work tirelessly towards it with the 8 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. You really are going through some kind of transformation, a rebirth. It's like you're redesigning your life here. I mean, whatever it is you're moving towards with this 10 of Cups and this 9 of Cups, you are really going to be so happy with the decision you make. It's a real rebirth. It really is. It's like a super new beginning. Yeah, you're removing yourself from something that isn't what it seemed. After a lot of thought, a lot of contemplation, you're making a big, bold move with the Fool, and you're not looking back. This is really, really impressive. Yeah, I also feel like you're going to be really proud of yourself, and you're going to have every reason to be. I think you're building something here as well with this Ace of Pentacles and this Ace of Coins. Something really solid for your future. This is about your long-term future and your long-term happiness. Wow. Pile 3, this really is amazing. And I would absolutely love to hear how this pans out for you. I'm really blown away. So take care, and I'll see you soon.